Okay, this is the second part of the essential calculus ideas. Um, and the first thing you have to know, well, an important thing you have to know, and if you do know, it just turns into marks, is that the derivative tells us about gradients. And the gradient is equal to zero whenever they say the word turning point or stationary point or sometimes critical point. If they say that turning point, then what you have to do is take the derivative and make it equal zero. That's the whole big idea. And in the min-max problems, you take the derivative and make it equal zero. Well, let's look at this example here. We've got 1/3 x cubed minus 2x squared minus 5x. And first thing we do is take the derivative. 3 times a third, and then is 1. You put a 1 there, and then subtract 1 from 3. You get 2. 2 times minus 2 is minus 4. 2 minus 1 is 1. Remember, the derivative of minus 5x is just the number in front. Okay, then you make it equal 0, and then you factor, or you use the quadratic formula, and it'll tell you that x is 5 or x is minus 1. And those are the x values of the turning points. If you want the y values, you take that 5, rub out the x, put a bracket, put a 5 in there in your calculator, put a 5 there, and squared, minus 5 times 5, just put a bracket in there, press equals, and you'll get the y value. And if you put in minus 1, you'll get the y value that goes with minus 1. So that's the main idea. That's what you do with derivatives. The min-max thing, it always works like this, They give you some formula at the end. They say, show that this is true, demonstrate, or whatever. And then they say, find the x value that'll be minimum or maximum. And all you do is take the derivative. Well, the first thing, they often have it like this, like when you do one of those area or volume things, the formula is 24, say, over x squared. The first thing you have to do is write it as a negative exponent to get started. And then you do the derivative. The derivative of 6x is just the number in front, but here you go, minus 2 times 24, that's minus 48. And you subtract 1 from 2, you get minus 3. You'll get marks for making it 0 and marks for finding the derivative. Now we have to put this x to the minus 3 back in a form we can solve the equation. So it's really x cubed in the bottom. Now, how do we solve fractions like this? We multiply everything by x cubed. 0 times x cubed, 6 times x cubed. And when you multiply by x cubed here, it cancels and you get 48. Then we add 48 to both sides. So we get 6x cubed equals 48. Divide both sides by 6. 48 divided by 6 is 8. 6 divided by 6 is 1. Now, x cubed equals 8. All you do is take the cubed root of 8 in your calculator, and it'll tell you it's 2. 2 to the third power is 8. So you're often given this equation, almost always actually, and you put it into the right form, and then you find the derivative. Then you let the derivative equal 0, and you make sure you change it back to a positive exponent, and then multiply everything by what's in the denominator, and you get to the answer. It's a bunch of marks, and it's not super hard. Okay, so there we go.